So many students, and we're talking primarily about college students here, sort of choose majors and classes haphazardly, sort of grabbing something off the shelf that might maybe fit, trying it out for a while, taking a few classes. A lot of times it doesn't work out and it's kind of like, well, maybe I'll try this instead. Take some classes in that area for a while, then shift gears again and again. And it's not that you can't learn a lot about yourself that way. You certainly can, but it takes a lot of time. And it's also an exceedingly expensive way to find your life's path. You could be spending 10 or 20 or 50 grand a year to figure out what you want to do. And at Purpose Match, we really think that it's good to do what you're doing right now. Spend some time intentionally reflecting on who you are, what inspires you, what wakes you up in the morning, and then using that information to drive the conversation about what to study. If you do that, it's not to say that you won't need to change direction at some point, but it's less likely to be that 180-degree shift. Maybe it'll be more like a 20-degree shift or 15, and that's going to save you a lot of money and a lot of time down the road. Far too many students choose their major in a less than ideal way. A few examples for you. How about this one? I don't really know what I want to study, so I'll probably just major in history for now. No, don't do it. That's exactly what we're talking about. Have a good reason for choosing your major. If you choose something that aligns with your Sparks profile, that aligns with your purpose dreams, you're far more likely to choose something that's a good fit for you. Here's another one. I'm going to take this course because my friend said it was really easy. Here's the thing about that. Difficult and easy are relative concepts, right? And strengths and passions play a huge role in how challenging a course will be for you. If you really like a topic, you're more likely to pay attention, to work hard, to learn a lot, and to have fun, even if it's a class that someone else thinks is tough. On the flip side, if you aren't really interested in the material, you're more likely to struggle, even if it's a class that other people think is easy. The bottom line is that if you aren't interested in that class that your friend took, it may not be as easy as you think. And here's one we hear a lot. I'd really like to take French, but I hear the professor, Dr. Taylor, is really tough, so I'll probably just take Latin instead. It's important to look below the surface here. One person saying a professor is tough doesn't really tell you a whole lot. Why does that person think that? Is it possible that the professor has that reputation because she really cares about her students, she believes in them, she pushes them to do their best? And if you're really interested in French and you want to learn to speak the language well, wouldn't that be a good thing? If you've caught yourself thinking in those ways, you're certainly not alone. Most of us have. But if those aren't the best ways to go about choosing majors or classes, then what is the best way? Well, we may be a little biased, but at Purpose Match, we think that the best way is to use your Sparks Purpose profile. Step one is to ask yourself a few questions about what your Purpose Match majors and classes might look like. First, what majors or classes would best utilize your greatest strengths and or help you further grow in those areas? What majors or classes would best speak to each of your greatest passions? What majors or classes would best equip you to make an impact in your areas of awareness? What majors or classes would best fit your relationship style? And finally, is there a class or a major that would seem to fit with one of your top purpose streams and that might be a good fit for you? Now you might want to pause for just a minute or two and think about your answers to those questions. Once you've done that, step two is to create what we call a Purpose Match academic statement. It's really pretty simple. It's the same statement you saw at the top of this section. And the task is this. So with reference to your answers to all those questions that we asked, write out a simple statement that describes what kind of academic pursuits might best fit your sense of purpose. Here's the format. An ideal academic situation would involve harnessing my strength in blank, engaging my passion for blank, increasing my awareness of blank, and leveraging my blank relationship style by studying blank. Now, it could be something related to one of your top purpose streams, but don't feel limited by those. You might think of something else that would be a good fit too. Spend some time with that statement, now or later if you want to come back to it. You can fill it out once, more than once if you want, but take that time. We've seen students come up with pretty awesome things that surprised even them. We've seen them say things like, gosh, I could study this and I never thought of that before, but that would be an awesome fit for me. So take that time. Once you've done that, you'll have an awesome statement that really can drive the rest of this process for you. So step 3 is to take that statement and do some research. Now, we recommend starting by taking this statement to an academic advisor or counselor. And we get that this process can look pretty different for high school students versus college students. High school students usually have a pretty standard core curriculum of classes they have to take, and they're usually just choosing between a few electives, which I know can sometimes be frustrating. By the way, be sure to check out the Making the Most of Your Classes section for thoughts on how you can learn with purpose in those classes that you don't really love. College students sometimes have the opposite challenge, right? They're looking at a massive course catalog with thousands of options and no idea where to start. But in both cases, the process is pretty similar. So take that statement to your academic advisor or guidance counselor. He or she is very likely to know a lot of the professors or teachers at your school and to be familiar with your school's academic offering. Show them that statement and ask questions like these. Based on my purpose match academic statement, do you have any ideas or suggestions about majors or courses that I should consider? What classes have students from our school with similar interests, similar profiles, enjoyed in the past? What majors have they found most engaging? And if the ideal options don't exist, what options come closest? Once you've got some ideas, don't hesitate to go and talk with other students or with professors. Consider asking other students the following questions. What was your favorite thing about this class? What was your least favorite thing? What did you learn from taking this class? How did this class impact you in your direction in life? What did you like about this teacher or professor? Go meet the teachers or professors of the classes that interest you and that fit your purpose profile. You can just go by and say, hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm considering taking your class next term. I just wanted to come by and meet you. Tell them about your purpose profile and what really interests you. Most professors will really appreciate this and will be more than happy to speak with you and answer your questions.